It's taken him forever to get his stuff done for college. Like, I've just been freaking out that he's even going to finish. We see when kids start getting close to graduation, they bail. They will absolutely sabotage themselves with one credit left before they reach graduation, because I can't imagine that they know what the real world is like. And even though we've created this really great place here, they know that that's about ready to end in a matter of weeks. And then we lose our kids in my senior year. They melt down.
And these layers of guilt set in. I don't think I can go that far away because I need to check in with my mom. My dad has glaucoma and it's getting worse. He drinks, but I'm like the only person that checks in on him. There is a very unhealthy relationship between he and his mom. And I see it a lot with these kids, is that the oldest child, or in his case, the only child, is kind of thrust into the single household. You're thrust into what you would expect the role to be of her husband. And I think that that's the weight and the burden that she's kind of put on him.
It's tough to leave family that you know needs your support. No matter how much you know that it's the best thing for the future for both of you, but to get that education means pulling that support away for the time period it takes for you to get that. And that's really tough. That's really hard.
So it says in late March, Stephen is in danger of failing 2 classes and then not graduating from high school. Try not to get YouTube to kick me off again.
You do everything you can. And it's not like I'm like wanting him to live this dream that I have for him that he's got to go to college. It's not even about that. It's just about how he feels about himself.
A lot of times they detect it with music.
Steven's clearly having a rough go right now.
So it says, you're a shitty fucking teacher, man. You okay? I'm more worried about you than my teaching. No, I'm not fucking okay, but that's one thing, to have to worry about everything else and be able to chill the fuck out about failing your goddamn classes every week. I should have just done nothing the entire fucking time. And the teacher says, first and foremost, it's important. We have a final today. Don't miss it. Since today is the last day of the quarter, Stephen, know this above all. I value you unconditionally. Nothing you do or decide in life would end that. I have nothing magical to say, nothing that can help the moment. Just know I'm on your side. I love you, man. So I kind of killed the music because that's when they kicked me off.
Romantic comedy ending. It's just not.
Something has triggered that, you know what I mean? Other teachers have warned me that you're on this trajectory with the kiddos where, you have these massive successes and they're going to crash after those. And part of you doesn't want to believe it. No, this isn't going to happen. Everybody deserves to have someone who loves them unconditionally and just thinks the world of them. Like, that's why you get to do it in this position. And I feel so lucky to be able to do that. But at the same time, you have all these other aspects of your life. Pat and Eric have been great at school because they've definitely stepped in times and been like, you can't do this. You can't take this all on yourself. But then my answer always is, but who's going to? Like, who's going to do it? Like it's not fair. Like, someone has to care about it. Someone has to be that person. So something I got to work on.
So it's kind of the end of the school year now. I'm going to kill some of this music again just because. So it's the end of the school year. They're saying a lot of kids at the end sabotage because they're afraid of moving into the future, moving towards change. This says every year Lincoln students participate in the weekend. and overnight field trip to a wilderness camp 75 miles outside of Walla Walla, Washington. So it's like their cell phones usually turn off, so everybody freaks out.
Charlie will tell you that there's going to be like games and tug of war and stuff like that. So I'm excited to go away from
So I guess they do it before they graduate. Take a bus way out there, and it's like the Washington, D.C. trip of grade school that some people take.
Good morning, guys. I'm super psyched about who's here today. So here's what makes it work. This weekend, we're going to set up scenario after scenario that's going to push you just a little bit out of your comfort zones. Okay? Participate, like just try it. And get the whole group of you to flap your wings and bark like a chicken. Together, there's camaraderie in being dumb together and being embarrassing together. And so that's the challenge I'm going to throw out for you guys this weekend.
So we just grabbing it. So red is things you're passionate about. Green are things about your family. Orange, your pet peeves. Purple are your strengths, and yellow your greatest fears. So who wants to start?
So I'm gonna be yellow. One of my greatest fears. Not very many people know this about me, but one of my greatest fears is, I guess, ending up alone. I've never finding anybody alone. I don't know why that's my greatest fear, but it is.
One of my greatest fears really is actually seeing my dad, who I never met and never known, is seeing him actually in the future, which is out of nowhere.
One of my greatest fears is losing my mom during one of her surgeries.
One of my pet peeves is seeing people like downtown judge making kids without knowing who they are, and they'll be like, "Wait, shake their head," or something. Drives me crazy.
Really? You ever walk in this kid's shoes and know what his life is like? Really? You don't have to shake your head.
My biggest fear is just being rejected by the whole world. Not given a chance to see who I am, just reject.
One of my fears is probably my younger sister. She's 12, and hopefully she will not have to experience what I went through when I was 7. And that was somebody molested me when I was 7. So my greatest fear is that I hope it doesn't happen to my youngest sister or a daughter of mine when I have kids.
My biggest fear is losing Gustavo. Because for months, I found a guy who I'm not afraid of. When I walk down the street and I see a man, I'm afraid he's gonna touch me. And that's why I go everywhere with him. I'm sorry, I'm crying. But I clench to his side so much because I'm scared of every man I meet. Thank you. I honestly was so afraid to open up. But almost everyone in the cabin I was in when we were doing the Skittles came up to me later and said that they were molested also. It kind of broke my heart in a way, but it made me feel like I wasn't alone.
So here they're kind of making up stuff that describes them, almost like a eco map or genogram. What's that? Yeah, you probably are naming it better. I'm trying to relate it back to this, but it's probably, yes, called a vision board and like stuff that they want to do. I know I keep interrupting it, but YouTube picks up on the algorithm whenever they play music, so that and then they shut me down. So I'm gonna keep turning it down a little bit. 15 minutes left, though. Hopefully, there's
Learn
not.
how to ride a bike, and you'll remember how to ride the bike, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll always ride the bike well, and you still can like eat shit. Yeah, I understand. I was pretty much.
So it says the day after he lashed out at Jeannie and Mr. Gordon, he was the one texting with the long hair. It said he's texted them to apologize.
Behavior isn't the kid. Behavior is a symptom of what's going on in their life. Behavior isn't about someone's behavior is not even about the kid. You can forgive, and we're kind of like modeling a good, normal, healthy relationship.
I sent him a text back saying, you know, you're human, you're one of my most favorite humans on this planet, and I'm not going anywhere. And let's talk when you're ready to talk.
Well, most of you guys probably not know this, but I serve couches and whatnot, and I might not have had the best upbringing necessarily. I mean, things kind of went downhill a little bit. Got into some nasty habits and whatnot, but I had people there that helped me through said nasty habits, and I don't feel like I would have had that help if I hadn't ended up going to Lincoln. It took me a long time to finally realize that there's more to life than just the here and now, and that you really get to make a choice as to what your future looks like. I mean, I'm a fucking scumbag, dude. Most of the time, I'm not that great of a role model and whatnot, but I got accepted in the colleges that I want to go to. I'm gonna do it, and I feel like if I can do it, all of you can definitely do it.
So now they kind of jump ahead to graduation day.
Right. I promise we're gonna be home by 9.
So these purposes happen in the morning.
What's that?
What was the girl name in the beginning with the boyfriend?
Oh, shoot. Anybody remember? It's okay if you just describe her as the girl as the the girl with the yeah. I mean, I think they had kind of like a conflict relationship, kind of. So yeah.
I see our system really judging kids on their outward appearance and how they react and behave versus trying to find out what the cause is.
Because yeah, when you're writing your paper for tonight, it's okay if you describe it that way. I don't remember all the names either, but I'll know who you're talking about.
It's the pain that these kids carry within themselves. You know, it'd be easy to take the route, just let them fight, spin them, and get them out of here. I mean, that would be the easy way out. But through our experience, we know that when you seek the cause and give the student self-worth, then you can get to that point where that behavior starts to change.
These kids have to go through to get here. I'm blown away that these kids get up and come every day and are willing to engage with it. Why do some of them make it and why do some of them not? I like to think that I got to contribute to some of those kids that make it. That they had one or two or three people in their life that didn't give up on them.
I'm a school principal of Lincoln High School, and I never would have guessed we would be where we are today. I can tell Damon are all those that have helped us journey happen. The beauty about cases is that the outcomes are incredibly accurate and predictable with no intervention. There's tremendous hope with interventions.
That might be the point of the movie, what he just said. Anybody hear it? Well, it's okay if you didn't complain. Oh, look, it lets you jump back. This is kind of like the thesis of the whole movie, and I'm just realizing this myself after watching it now like 13 times. So it's not like you're going to get it on the first time. Let's see.
The beauty about the cases is that the outcomes are incredibly accurate and predictable with no intervention. There's tremendous hope with interventions.
So I know he's kind of sounds like he's slurring his words, but he's saying ACEs, which are adverse childhood experiences, the outcomes are predictable without an intervention. Like if you do nothing, the research shows you're more likely to drink heavily, possibly smoke, eat a certain way, but with interventions, now I'm forgetting the second half. Anybody remember it? I'll do it one more time just because it's important.
Predictable with no intervention. There's tremendous hope with interventions.
She had already become a leader on ASP, that she had this crazy story of previous life experience being picked on and silent, and everything that did not make sense in my head from this woman that was in my class. There's a reason that she's walking out of here with help holding the stack of awards. I'd like to introduce Stephen Garduno.
He's the one that cussed him out.
This 4-year journey through high school, he's had a lot of twists and turns. It hasn't always been easy. And I think he'll be the first to admit that. But here we are, senior year English class. Stephen's the guy who's causing me to argue with myself on the story in English class. He's engaged me at a level that I haven't been to for a while. And he's going to go to a 4-year college and be challenged there. But he knows he always has us. Back up. Stephen Garduno.
Mr. Aaron Wolf. Today, he graduates a young man that is talented in music, art, theater. He'll look you in the eye and speak with confidence. I have great value in the conversations that I've had with Aaron about life, what it means to be a human being, what it means to interact with other people. Aaron, I'm absolutely looking forward to seeing where life takes him. He's going to change the world. Congratulations.
So he's another one who had longer hair at the beginning. when he was filming, his mom has a mental illness that he had a hard time describing, but you saw inside his house. I don't know if you guys were able to see. Um, she's a collector of things, so there wasn't much space for him to put his own stuff or have his own room. They said he was kind of like had to behave like her husband because she was a single mom, like had that challenge going on, and he did the acting and stuff like that.
My greatest announcement is to welcome the class of 2013.
So they're a little older now. I don't know if they have follow up stories, but this was 8 years ago. So some of them might have finished college.
Lincoln is because my staff's done some incredible things there. Kids. 1, 2, 3. Non-judgmental, loving them unconditionally, having support, and then teaching them these are the people that teach you the resiliency and to become the person that you were meant to be.
Oh dear. All right.